This is all very strange, okay? This is all very weird.
He is, Lonnie. Oh my god. Okay, I have to say this though. Flamenco, for those of you guys that don't know, has recently gotten a lot more prominence due to him sort of pushing away from Ethan Ralph and just generally kind of like getting a little bit more mainstream. And it's resulted in him having to be on his best behavior. He's had to stop stalking me. He's had to stop being so active on Kiwi Farms, apparently. He's had to stop obsessing over me and constantly restreaming my stream and talking about me on his stream. He's had to stop spamming DMs at me and alt accounts on Discord. He's had to cut out all of his fucking stalkery shit because he knows that if I end up dropping another video on him, nowadays, it could actually really hurt his reputation. I think I should. Do you think I should? I think I probably should do a video on him stalking me, considering he's really getting a lot of popularity now.
Like, I will go into the fucking mud, though. I will. Because, you know what I think I might do if he really actually does try to sabotage me? Because it's not really about the damages, right? He is unable to really damage me. I think that the broad majority of my audience doesn't care. Most of my audience is either people who have come in from Augie's sphere, who hate this guy, from the VTuber sphere, who have no fucking clue who this person is, and the Medicare people, who also probably wouldn't like this guy. But what I could do is, and I don't think this is doxing, I don't know, I'm feeling this out for you guys. I'm feeling this out with you guys, because
Apparently, he's not doing the little puppy dog in the bowl anymore. I don't know what this is instead. This is really strange looking. This is Flamenco got fat, yeah. But this is all just giving you the information, okay? This is just giving you the information leading up to this. It gets weird, okay? It gets weird.
Bye.
Yeah, I prefer the dog as well. I think the dog like was more fitting for Flamenco. I feel like he was really pulling the dog and the bowl off.
I want to spitball my idea anyway. This guy doesn't make a whole lot of money on the internet, but he has rent that is like upwards of $1,600 a month. My personal theory is that he is not not subsidizing his own income through work or anything, and that he is largely paying his rent through his parents floating his rent bill. Now, he has a very interesting history with his parents. He has a very interesting history with his mother, specifically. This guy has gone on record saying that his mom was mentally and physically abusive towards him.
I don't know how he knows this stuff about his rent. I'm not sure how he knows that, so that's a little... Oh, it's a Gunt avatar. Is he still in a bowl, or are those his pants at the bottom?
He even went so far as to say that his mother, through the, I guess, the nature of living in a gated community and not...
Oh no, the mouth moves too. Oh no, that's horrible.
Allowing him to leave, I don't know how that would work, was holding him at gunpoint because the gated community had a armed security like force that was on that in that like gated community. So I don't know if his mom knows about that. I'm wondering, should I send his mom all this nasty stuff that he said about her? It really makes you think. It really makes you think.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think he should send all of the horrible stuff that Xanderhal has said about his mom to his mom? Like, personally, I feel like if he did, that wouldn't be, like, I know some people think, like, that would be such a messed up thing to do, right? That would be so horrible, such a messed up thing. But you said it on the freaking internet, bro. You said it on a public platform. You said it in front of thousands of people. You said this stuff for everybody to hear. So it's all, exactly clocked. It's already been said publicly. Right? So it's not like, I think it's like cringe. I think it's weird. I think it's like very terminally online. That's a weird thing to do, sort of thing. But I don't think he's like, I wouldn't say it's an immoral or wrong thing to do. Right? I don't think that like it's necessarily like a bad or horrible thing to do. I agree with you. Xanderhal said those things publicly. If it was a behind closed doors conversation, I could see why it would be. Yeah, like if they were having a conversation on like Discord or something like that, then like sure, that would, and like he recorded it and released it to his mom, that would be insanely messed up. WTF, really? Just because he said it don't mean you got to go and call his mom and tell her. I mean, again, it like his mom could already know all of this stuff. That's the point. That's the point, is you would assume his mom probably already knows this, right? I have like friends from high school, or friends from, or like my parents' friends, or like my parents' like classmates who or not classmates, my parents' students, or people who go to church with my parents, who all come and watch my show sometimes. They pop in the chat sometimes. They'll say, hey, blah, blah, blah. I would assume some of them somewhere at some point, if I start talking crap about my parents, would go tell my parents. I'm pretty sure they would just like, they would go tell my parents. So I assume things that I say on here. If I start saying stuff about my parents, I assume my parents know. I assume they hear it. Like, my mom's told me stories of like her girls in her class all passing around a phone, and when she went and like grabbed it and looked at it, they were all looking at pictures of me, or like of like videos of my stream or something. So it's like everybody around, like my family members, all know that I do shows and stream, and they all come in and like watch sometimes, or you know, whatever, or like they're part of like the Facebook groups, or they're part of the Discord groups, or whatever. Like it just, I don't see, I don't think it's likely that Xanderhal's family is completely disconnected from his streaming career. I don't think that that's likely.
Bro, I'm gonna need you to calm down, because you know, all I would be doing is I would be sending information about his mom, or about him and what he said about his mom to his mom. Now, I don't know.
I got steak quesadillas from Taco Mac. They got really good steak in there.
All right. Flamenco.
Oh boy.
So
the new commentary trial.
Yeah.
I'll go mute for this.
All right.
Oh god.
So I listened back to your stream last night, which I called into, by the way, and I argued with you. Well, I don't know if I really
Tard wrangled me.
Yeah, basically. But I'm not gonna lie. I listened to like the 20 or 30 minutes before I called in, and I didn't really like what I was hearing. And
Fair enough.
I'm going to. Well, I want to just. I want to go over it with you because.
Oh gosh.
Well, I'm not trying to like fucking humiliate you. Basically, that's
no,
not
I gotcha.
Augie, RFC. I don't know how old this kid is. He looks like he's like 22, maybe like 20. Flamenco's been around a long time, right? He was big when like he was on the kill stream when the kill stream was banging, dude. Flamenco's got to be like my age, right? But this kid, Augie, is scolding him. This is really strange. And Augie, like, I think Augie's like way bigger than Flamenco, and so Flamenco gets a lot of his like his viewers from Augie. So he just kind of has to sit there and take it and be a good little boy while Augie scolds him on stream for this little thing, this little tiny thing that happened. Like this is so weird.
I'm just a little bit concerned, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm concerned, buddy. And every time Flamenco's, oh yeah, Understandable, sure. Yeah. I understand. I did bad. Tell me I did bad.
It started at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah.
Can you just give me the Xanderhal clip so I can just play it so we can get context?
Yeah, sure. I guess the streamable one.
Yeah. Just give me the streamable. By the way, I wasn't even planning on doing this, but since you're in the call
Might as
now,
well. You might as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Like, okay, the worst part about Flamenco sending stuff to Xanderhal's mom, to me, is the fact that that would probably hurt Xanderhal's mom. Like, that would probably hurt her feelings. She'd probably be upset about this. Outside of that, this is just an odd dynamic. This was pretty crazy. What's up, Lonnie? Yeah, this is a really odd dynamic here. That, like, he's just scolding him for this. I feel like it would, like, yeah, this could, like, from Flamenco's perspective, this could hurt Xanderhal's mom's feelings. Sure. Like, that I understand, so it's probably like it's a messed up thing for him to do that. But the rest of it's not necessarily like an immoral thing or a bad thing to do. He's not breaking any rules by doing that. It's just a super like online, terminally online, cringe thing to even think up in the first place. But I wouldn't say he's wrong. I wouldn't say like he's immoral for these thoughts.
Listen, this is the only way I learned not to be retarded, right?
I suppose.
Zan's mom is well aware of everything Flamenco threatened to tell her about. See? I told you guys. See, I told you. His mom's already aware. And also, she never paid our rent or even part of our rent. Yeah, well, that was the first question that I had, is how would he even know that? Like, where does he get that from? Why is he saying that? I guess for anybody who doesn't know, Lonnie is Xanderhal's, is it girlfriend? Is that the right label or term? So I said, like, she would know. She would be the authority on this on this subject. Well, it's very juvenile. This is the kind of stuff kids do to each other. And he's implying he's not afraid to weaponize Zan's family against him. Yeah, sure. Like, again, like, I think it's weird. I think it's cringe. I wouldn't say, like, this is immoral or he's doing anything, like, exactly wrong. I think the way that... I think it's weird that Flamenco brought this stuff up in the first place, and it was like, it's just a super cringy idea. It's very childish. But I also think it's really odd that then Augie sits there and scolds him on stream like he's his parent afterwards. It is wrong, Tom. Explain what about it is wrong. I've seen you make like a bunch of messages about how it's wrong, but I want to know why it's wrong. I want to know what makes it wrong. What's up, Big Buckin?
Let's see. All right. Am I screen sharing?
Yeah.
Okay.
A pretty substantial stress on his shoulders because what like a lot of the woke scoldy types claim as harassment is like simple pushback from me and yeah, he is, Lonnie. Oh my god. Okay, I have to say this though. Flamenco, for those of you guys that don't know, has recently gotten a lot more prominence due to him sort of pushing away from Ethan Ralph and just generally kind of like getting a little bit more mainstream. And it's resulted in him having to be on his best behavior. He's had to stop stalking me. He's had to stop being so active on Kiwi Farms, apparently. He's had to stop obsessing over me and constantly restreaming my stream and talking about me on his stream. He's had to stop spamming DMs at me on alt accounts on Discord. He's had to cut out all of his fucking stalkery shit because he knows that if I end up dropping another video on him nowadays, it could actually really hurt his reputation. I think I should. Do you think I should? I think I probably should do a video on him stalking me, considering he's really getting a lot of popularity now. He's
Okay. So that's the Xanderhal clip. Let's
Okay,
go.
Sass.
Oh, I closed the stream, but I just realized that on accident. Let me just go back to your stream. I just want to listen to your response, then I want to ask you some questions about it, basically.
Yeah.
It starts at around like 30 seconds.
30 minutes, you mean?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Rent bill.
Oops.
Now, he has a very interesting history with his parents. He has a very interesting history with his mother, specifically. This guy has gone on record saying that his mom was mentally and physically abusive towards him. He even went so far as to say that his mother, through the...
Oops.
I guess the nature of living in a gated community and not allowing him to leave, I don't know how that would work, was holding him at gunpoint because the gated community had a armed security like force that was on that in that like gated community. So I don't know if his mom knows about that. I'm wondering, should I send his mom all this nasty stuff that he said about her?
Getting involved in people's family over internet BS to try to hurt them is wrong. Again, like I want you guys just keep telling me that it's wrong. I would like some sort of explanation without loaded language too. Like, it's pretty cringe for Flam to tell his audience how easy it is to find Zam's mom's docs, but whatever. The info isn't even current anymore. Flamenco thinks it is though, so still kind of, yeah. That's what I was wondering, is how did he even like find Xanderhal's mom? Like, how does he know who Xanderhal's mom is?
It really makes you think. It really makes you think. Bro, I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Well, I think, like, I don't know that the intent behind this necessarily matters to me. So let's say Flamenco's doing it because he wants to hurt their mom. But what he's doing is he's giving them, like, information. He's giving them information that they may, like, otherwise, we should assume they already know. Like, yeah, I don't think that there's, like, a huge problem there. I wouldn't call that immoral. I think that his intent is to hurt them for sure, but I don't, like, I see no reason why that would actually be the case. Like again, I would assume that anybody who's doing this, or anybody who has a kid who's, like, talking about stuff online, they probably know all of the freaking crap that they've said online about themselves or about their parents.
Because, you know, all I would be doing is I would be sending information about his
Everybody take a second, hit those thumbs upsies. I appreciate you joining us tonight. We got a couple other things that we're going to cover. We'll be on till about 1 a.m. tonight. So we got a lot of stuff to get into. And if you have any issues, let me know in the comments. You can come on. We'll have a conversation about it. In the meantime, go ahead and join the Discord so that when that time comes, when it is your moment to debate tomfoolery, you will be ready. You will already be in the Discord, prepped and ready.
His mom, or about him and what he said about his mom to his mom. Now, I don't know. It would, gosh, it would be really funny. It'd be really funny. Don't touch the poo.
I think we can say it's immoral to weaponize someone's family against them. See, that's like the kind of loaded language I'm trying to stay away from, like weaponize their family. Like, I want to say like what they actually did. I think it's immoral to tell somebody their kid said something about them. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like if this was outside of internet circles that this would necessarily be something wrong. Yeah. Unless you're, like, breaking someone's trust in order to do that.
Anything that's touching the poo. Yeah, I'll let you guys. I'll let you guys ask. I'll let you guys ask, because 70% of you guys think that I'm not overreacting and chimping out, but I have a feeling some of you guys are also kind of teasing me a little bit. So
okay, let's see. Is this Flamenco's chat here in the corner? Or is this Augie's? Hey, buddy, you best stop bullying me or I'm gonna tell your mom. That's funny. Big disavow. Oh, no. Oh, wait, this is Augie's chat. Okay. So, I don't... Where the hell is Flamenco's chat? I invited Flamenco on a couple of weeks ago, and he said yes, and then we ended up getting mixed up on the dates and just ended up not doing anything, if I remember correctly, but this was oh yeah, this was when me and Aiko were getting into it pretty hardcore over whether or not he was a Nazi. I kept like that was like the beginning of the end for that relationship, was us getting into it over whether or not Flamenco's a Nazi.
Telling
You made a poll?
mommy and getting
Yeah, I made a poll.
him cut off be too far. Let you guys.
In
you guys
fairness,
ask.
chat was pretty
like,
on
I-
the,
like,
on
I
the
could go-
level. They were like, yeah, don't do this.
All right. I know I told you this last night, okay, but
Mhm.
circumstances were different last night. Let me just put it that way, okay?
Mhm.
What the fuck? You sound insane in this clip. Like, again, I know I already said that, but like, it wasn't really like the call that we had on that stream that like
Is Flamenco normally so calm and collected to where this is something where they're like, oh, you sound insane? Like, to me, this just sounds like Flamenco. Like, I don't know. I don't know Flamenco all that well. I don't watch a lot of his stuff, so I have no clue. But I did watch a lot of his stuff for a while to see if there was something that I wanted to like talk to him about or debate him about or something. When I think it was Brittany from Politically Provoked was saying that I should debate him on something. So I just started watching his show sometime to see if there was something I wanted to debate him on. I watched it for a while. Like this just seems like Flamenco, but they're acting like this is like so out of character.
like
Mhm.
put it into like I guess
No, I was already walking away from it
foundation.
after I saw the chat's reaction to it.
Were you though? You argued with them for
Yeah,
like 20
I
or
was-
30 minutes before I came in, because I came in around like the
I
hour
was
mark.
talking with chat about it, and I was already cooling off of it.
What? Okay, this is the problem that I have with this, right? Because like
Mhm.
you sound like giddy almost, right? Like you sound like you're like this is something you were planning on doing that day. Because like, look, let me tell you something.
No, not
alright?
on that day. Not on that day. I would only like the I guess the
How long were you bouncing this idea around in your head before you said it on stream?
about like an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
And what like motivated you to go there? Because again,
So,
like I explained this on stream, and I was basically
thought
like,
is,
all right,
my thought is
What's your thought?
is that in this sort of extremely sort of spiteful, like there is a an attitude that like, oh, he's actually doing well, he's not like, you know, I do believe it was like envy and resentment, right? Because he was
Mhm.
specifically mentioned
Like the morality of this is not why I'm bringing this up. And it's not that he did something cringe. Why I'm bringing this up. It's because the dynamic between these two, where Augie is scolding him on stream, that is the weird part to me. That's the part that I'm like very confused about. That's the part that I find very troubling about all of this. I can't imagine, like, I can't imagine being that person. Like, but I don't know. Like, if I felt like my career depended on me being cool with this other person, with Augie, right? I have to be cool with him. I get a lot of my viewers from him. Like my career online might depend on me like allowing him to just dog on me for an hour and then and just to, you know, yes sir, I'm sorry, yes sir, you're right. Like I wonder if that's like the dynamic to where this actually makes sense to a point. I don't know, but it seems so weird listening to it.
mentions that, and it's just like, okay, well, I haven't even like made a stream about
Envy and
you
resentment
in like
on
a
his
year.
part.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's like that like aspect of
Yeah, people in the chat are saying Flam is a gunt.
want to fucking ruin this guy because like they like that's what the clip comes off of.
This other one said the gunt avatar is too powerful, so I guess it is the gunt.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, well, dude, you know what? Like, you're gonna try to come because like I do agree with your point. There's
Do you know what people say about people who snitch? Well, I've been to prison, so yes, I'm well aware of what we say about people who snitch. But Flame used to work for Ethan Ralph. Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about earlier, is the fact that like he seen, like, because he was on the kill stream when it was actually like really big and popular, I figured he's got to be a lot older than Augie, but I don't know how old Augie is. He looks like a young kid, but he might not be. I don't know. But yeah, like snitching is more about like whether or not you can trust these people. Snitching in and of itself isn't necessarily wrong, right? Like if somebody commits a crime, if I'm not cool with that person, if I'm not friends with that person, yeah, I will call the police on them. Like, snitching is about you and your relationship with that person. Flamenco's not friends with Xanderhal, so snitching doesn't actually like play a part in this at all.
absolutely nothing that he could do to me. It was just the aspect of like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna fucking let this stand. I was like, no, fuck you. You know what I mean?
You know that's Ralph logic, right?
Huh?
You know that's Ralph logic, right? Like
That's
you literally
Ralph
sounded
logic.
like Ralph. I mean, there's like a clip.
I don't think I sounded like Ralph. I wasn't
Really?
going to try to get him blacklisted from his jobs or anything like that. I simply was going to, I guess, but I do see in hindsight that like the thing that I would say walked me back.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Clock. That he didn't say it in a private setting, so this is all, he's already said these things publicly. So it's not, I wouldn't even call it snitching. I don't think snitching is an accurate word to attach to this, but even if it is, like, snitching would still only apply to people that you're friends with, that people that you're breaking a trust with. That's why snitching is bad. We don't say anybody who ever calls the police is a snitch. We don't say that. Why? Because you have to have a personal relationship with somebody in order for it to be snitching, and you have to do it in a way to where it's obvious they trusted you not to tell on them, and you did it anyways. That's snitching, right? That's not what happened here.
Back from it is that it would also like be like it would also like be like something.
Jesus, Tom, I wasn't actually talking about prison kind of snitch. Well, what's the difference? Like, snitches get stitches. Like, this is all, it's all, that's what I was saying, is that, like, obviously, like, in prison, like, we all know who the snitches are, right? Like, we get in there and we immediately sit down and people are like, what are you in for? And they're like, my best friend sleeping with my baby mama and decided to snitch on me to get me out of the picture, right? Like, that's, we're like, oh, okay, who did it? Like, like, that's snitching, right? Like, we all know, like, who's in here because their friends snitched on them and who their friends are, so that we don't link up with that person later and trust them. So yeah, like, it's just, like, snitching is about you breaking a trust with somebody, but you have to have that trust first in order to break it, and that's just not the case here. And like, even like Wani seems to Flamenco isn't a snitch, he's just a tattletale, right? Like, so I feel like they would have to also feel as though he's snitching in order for that to be an accurate way of describing it. But I see what you're saying. I'm trying to explain why I disagree with it.
Mean to his mom, you know what I mean? That would like cause his mom like undue hurt or something, and that isn't like, you know, That
All right.
that isn't
Well,
worth it. I would
the
say.
reason why I'm saying it sounds like Ralph is we're gonna play more of this, and you literally say something like word for word what Ralph said, right? But I'll ask you this, and we'll get to that when we get to that, right? But like, let me ask you this right now, like, you said once chat immediately was like, whoa, that's when you cooled off, right?
No, I was definitely cooling off during that, I believe.
During that, okay.
Yeah.
What if the
It took a
chat
while.
was
It
like,
definitely
nah,
took a while.
what if the chat was like, nah, fuck this guy, do it?
It really depends. I wasn't gonna do it until after like this like thing, and it just depends on like
really?
how
Because
much
in the
he's trying
stream
to
you were
defame me.
debating on whether or not you should do it or whether or not you should wait and use it as like retaliation, basically.
No,
like,
I was definitely going. The plan was always retaliation.
Okay.
Yeah, the plan was always retaliation. If it was a it also I guess would depend on the like severity, like because like in this.
Look, it all comes down to intention. Flame's intention was to cause pain to Xan by using his family. So Xan also planned on causing pain to Flamenco by making a video about him, right? Like, it was obvious. Like, Xanderhal in that clip has malicious intent with the way he's talking about making a video about Flamenco, saying, oh, I can like destroy his career, right? Like he wants to take away all of his followers and kind of destroy his entire career. So hurting people in and of itself isn't something we'd normally be like, oh, what? No way. That's so bad. Because like we all make videos about each other. We all do things that could like make the other person look bad or lose a following or something like that. Those sorts of things are normal. And nobody's talking about how immoral Xanderhal is for trying to hurt Flamenco in that way, right? Like, this is a completely different scenario. Which is why I said, if I was going to call something immoral about this scenario, I would say that, like, the fact that he could possibly be hurting Xanderhal's mom in the process is, like, the immoral part. Not hurting Xanderhal, because, again, Xanderhal said this stuff publicly, so that's on him. But to possibly be hurting Xanderhal's mom, that's the part that I would find immoral. Though we know now, like from Lonnie, that that's not the case. Because calling him out online was the commentary community thinks you should do it, not calling out their parents. Right.
In this like video, he like defames me a couple of times. Apparently I'm a Holocaust denier, according to him. And I don't know.
He did say that, yeah. I acknowledge that, right?
And the other problem is that he has an.
I've heard a couple of people say this. Again, I don't think Flamenco's a Nazi. I don't think that he's a Holocaust denier. I know that he has said these things in the past, but I've watched a lot of his content to see if that's the case now, and it just doesn't seem to be the case. Tom, did Xan try to do that by using Flamenco's family? Hold on. Wait. You're saying this as though just using someone's family is the immoral part, but I want to understand, why is that different? Before you were saying trying to hurt them by using their family is immoral. It sounds like the part where they're trying to hurt them is the immoral part. But now you're saying, no, it's the using their family that's the immoral part. That doesn't make sense. I don't like that. That doesn't make sense to me. I need you to explain why using the family, that's a part that is automatically considered immoral to you.
Audience that is very prone to flagging videos, so that was also, I guess, the
how do you, okay, hold on, how do you know that? And first of all,
he's publicly directed people to flag people's videos before.
Who specifically?
Here, I actually have a clip of that.
You?
Yeah.
No, has he done to flag you?
Oh no, not me, no. But I have a feeling that if there was a video made by his and his audience saw it, that they would try to flag me.
Well, that,
again,
that's what they say about us, right? Like, they say that commentary people, like I've literally had people like say like pretty sure Def Noodles has said like, I can't go after these guys because they'll flag me on Twitter or they'll flag my videos.
Directs
He's
people
never
to flag
fucking encouraged
videos.
that.
He
Okay, so you're saying
directly directs people to flag
is?
people's videos.
All right, let me see this. If you've got a clip.
Oh yeah, here.
Also, even if that's true, you're stooping to his level, which gives him like the fucking, because now it's just gonna be like, it's just gonna be this never-ending game of like, he stoops so low, so you're like, well, I'm gonna go lower, and then he's just gonna go lower, and then you're gonna go, and then your guys are just like equally as shit. You know that's what happens to Ralph, right? Like Ralph will try to justify every action he makes by just saying like, oh well, the person I'm doing it to either sucks worse or is adjacent with people that suck worse, right? So I can fucking threaten to go to Augie's house because Augie was on PPP stream, and in PPP stream, Jesse from Pod Awful called in, and Jesse went to my fucking house, and Jesse was obviously constructed to go there by Andy Worski. You know, like Ralph plays these games all the time where it's just fucking guilt by association, right? So that's why I'm saying you sound like Ralph in this. But there's also another clip where you say, but again, we'll get to that in a second here. Let me see this. I like the title of it.
Well, we finished that hellhole. Matt Walsh is very stupid. And listen, I'm going to take a page from Demon Mama's book here and say, there's actually a way. If you find that a YouTube video is breaking YouTube's TOS, YouTube's rules, if you so desire, there's actually a way to leave a special comment that goes directly to YouTube. Do you guys know that? You can leave a special comment that YouTube themselves can read. Let me show you how you do it. There's these 3 dots right here, and you click these 3 dots, and you press this button, and it lets you leave, if you choose to do so, out of your own volition, out of your own decision, you can leave a special comment for YouTube themselves to read about what you thought of this video.
Okay, all right.
If you...
So yeah, he sucks for this.
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of messed up. That's that's not a good look right there.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I still don't like this.
Yeah, and also I guess like the other thing I need to get out there is that like all of this was never a like an ultimatum sort of thing. It's
Yeah, they are very different. What he's saying is that he thinks that Xanderhal would mass flag his channel. I might be a little bit lost on the conversation. I remember there was a reason for why he was talking about mass flagging, but I honestly don't remember now.
say like I don't fucking care if you make the video, but if you do, go after me.
I think you do care. You seem very threatened by it, though.
I'm not. No, I'm definitely not threatened by it.
Maybe not anymore. After I explain to you why there's no reason to be upset by this.
No,
but like,
I already accepted.
How are you not threatened by it? You're literally sitting here threatening him, though. Like that's like a response.
One. This was never like throughout the entire thing of the video. I made it clear that this is not like I was telling him to fucking make the video. I was telling him do
also
it.
like
you know what I mean?
maybe I mean I'm sure you're saying that too. Like I was telling technicals to make the fucking video on me or something like that, but I wasn't looking forward to it, and I'll be the first to tell you that. But I was a bit worried about that. I was like, I don't know about this. And the reason why I think you were threatened by it, honestly, is just because, dude, you wrote me at like 6 in the morning or something. Right?
I was already up at that time though. I was already working on homework.
Yeah. But like, as soon as you saw me go online on Discord the previous day, right? You started texting me. You're like, dude, this guy, crazy clip just happened or something. You were super eager to show me, right? You were like trying to like get into call with me, and I couldn't because I was on the phone with a family member at the time. That was why I was up that early in the morning, right? But then later that day, you called me or I called you or something, and you showed me the clip or something. So obviously, this is something that you were extremely.
It doesn't matter. It's not your effing business to go involve their family. Like, okay, yes, that's a claim that's very different from it being immoral or wrong to do so. You thinking that that's like none of their business. I wouldn't say that somebody butting in on somebody else's business is immoral or wrong. But I would say it's like kind of cringe. Like it's like something that we would just think of as like socially unacceptable, but not wrong. I feel like that's just like kind of too strong of language to use for something like this.
Excited about, whether that was excited like fear or happy or, you know, just excited, like, you know what I mean? Like obviously this is something that was important to you in one way or the other, right? And when you go on stream and you act like unhinged like this, it just leads me to think that you're threatened by it or something like that, right? Like you're resorting to like a new low that you've been accused of going previously, but have never appeared to have gone before up until now. Although you're just speculating, you don't actually do it. Think fuck.
Like I
but,
was
like,
definitely.
Jesus.
I would, like I said before, I think I was definitely motivated by anger. It definitely angered me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this like, you know, fucking snide. I'm gonna snipe at this person because of this, and it's just like, wow, you're such a fucking piece of shit, and I fucking hate you. You know what I mean? But like, I
did I ask you this before?
Like, threaten means that I'm trying to do this as a means to which to deter it. I don't know. I don't think so.
I've asked you this before. Well, first of all, you're absolutely trying to deter him because by threatening to send like his dirt to his mom or something, right? You're establishing that you're willing to go to a new low so that if he decides to fuck with you, you're going to do something that's going to make him think twice about making a video.
Mr. Tulilo, if you would like to jump on, I would be happy to. I feel like this is harder to have the conversation with you in chat. So if you're interested, if you would like to have this conversation, you can jump in, and we can talk it out real quick. Because I feel like there's some parts where we're getting lost on.
Video about you. Is that not fair? I mean, that's why I think it's a threat. That's why I think you care.
I don't think it. I don't think it was a threat. I don't think it was to deter. It wasn't to like offer an ultimatum or anything. It was like, if this
you're literally
happens,
threatening to do it in retaliation, though. That's what you're saying right now, right? You're saying like you were going to do it. In response.
But it would be retaliation. I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, if you make a video and defame me, I will do this in response.
I still don't think that it was a like trying to deter it though. That's at least not the attitude that.
It didn't sound like he was trying to deter it. It didn't sound like he was trying to deter it. It sounded like he was saying like, I'm pissed off at you for doing something that I don't like. So I'm going to do something that's also going to piss you off that you won't like. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like he's trying to get even. Doesn't sound like he's trying to deter.
That I came through, but I can see how it comes off as that.
Okay. Let's listen to more.
I could go full like on that sort of thing. Save it for after he makes his attempt. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm
So this person says save it for after he makes an attempt, and you're like, yeah, maybe, which leads me to think that you wanted to do it before an attempt was made, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But you're telling me that you were only going to do it in retaliation.
Yeah, I was kind of walking back from that, I think.
Then why didn't you tell me like just now that you planned to do this at the start? Then chat made you walk back I'll do it in retaliation, and then I came in and I made you walk it back completely.
I thought that this threat was enough to warrant it.
But
and I was sort of walking back while I was talking with chat.
Flamenco, what I'm saying is, I just asked you right now if you were planning on doing this, in period or just as a retaliation move, right? And you told me retaliation, but we're watching the video right now, and the chat is telling you only doing a retaliation, and you're like, yeah, sure.
Listen, I was.
Are you lying?
Walking,
I don't understand.
I was. My mindset.
Yeah, no, it sounds like his mindset is Xan is going to make the video, so he's already in retaliation, right? And they're saying, well, you don't know if you're actually retaliating to a video because Xan hasn't made it yet. So that's, I feel like Augie's completely lost on what it is that he's saying.
That was like walking back and forth from that like throughout the entire night.
But are you lying to me right now?
No.
Then why did you tell me that you always planned in retaliation when that's obviously not the case?
I misspoke then. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of cooling off on it.
I'm talking about where I was around like the time that I was like talking to you. Also, bear in mind, I've gotten like 4 hours of sleep last night because I was up extremely late editing up like more.
Yeah, Mr. Tulilo, it definitely sounded like you were saying, because you straight up said, but including the family is wrong. So it sounds like you're saying, like including a family in a beef is inherently wrong. You said it doesn't matter, it's not your effing business to go involve their family, like WTF. So yeah, it sounds like you're saying that is the wrong part. Like when we're breaking down like all of these different aspects to it and saying, well, this isn't wrong, this isn't wrong. This isn't wrong. And then the last part left, you're like, yeah, but including their family is wrong. Well, now it's that's like your last part left that you're saying that is the wrong part. And so they're saying, well, no, it's not inherently wrong. Like there's lots of times where we can include somebody's family where it wouldn't be wrong.
Or like VTube shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I do apologize. I'm not intentionally like trying to like obfuscate or anything.
Okay.
On it, but like, I don't know, dude. I'm a petty person. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a petty person. I will go low as people do. Okay, people are saying that's a little bit too far. Fair enough. Fair enough. You worded it funny? Yeah.
Don't, or I'm going to tell your mom is an often used deterrent for 7-year-olds. True. Yeah, that's like that. That's what, when he first said it, when I first heard him say it, I sat there like, I'm going to tell your mom? Like, what level are we stooping to here?
Because like at this point, I've gone like kind of under the radar, right? I don't know.
Okay. So that line you said there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a petty person. I will go as low as people do. That is like quote for quote something Ethan Ralph would say.
Yeah, I can see that.
So when I'm telling you that you sound exactly like Ralph, like it's not just me exaggerating. Like that's literally Ralph's justification. I'm petty as fuck. People don't know how fucking petty I am. Oh, when they go low, I'll go lower. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I can understand that. I definitely like. I'm not. Somebody in the chat was bringing it up, and I'm gonna like be 100% real with you guys. Like, I definitely overreacted. This is definitely overreaction. I got really fucking mad.
Wow.
I got like really, really, really fucking mad. I
Thanks
was
for
pissed off. I don't even know why I was pissed off, honestly. Because like you said before, even when you were telling it to me before, I was like already kind of like agreeing with the fact that.
Oh, can someone do me a favor? Does anybody have like a timestamp to the synth Destiny debate? I heard synth got completely rocked in that debate, and I would like to hear it. I think we should go over that tonight, but I haven't seen it or heard it. So yeah, can somebody find the clip to that or the timestamp to that and post it in the Discord under debate analysis?
It wasn't really like there wasn't really anything that he could actually do, right? And I don't know, there's just something that like fucking set me off, and I was just fucking infuriated, and I guess I acted like a massive fucking asshole.
mm-hmm.
I will say that now I have no intention to do it. I'm gonna just fucking laugh at him. But you know,
Sorry, Tom, I don't even know what that debate would. Is Jack here? Does Jack have it?
I can understand. I can understand where.
Wait, you're saying you had no intention to do it, or you
No,
have no?
No, I'm saying I have none now because
No,
I realized
okay.
like 1, it's not fucking worth it. 2, it's not going to accomplish anything, and 3, like I don't know. I guess the best revenge is living well. You know what I mean? But like
I took a shower earlier, and I had this like sandstone sort of thing. It's like supposed to get like dead skin off or whatever. I like rubbed the hell out of my face, and now I got this mark here, like I got kissed or smacked or something.
I don't know. I definitely got mad. And I definitely overreacted.
Okay.
I'm not trying to like downplay that. If it sounds like I am, I apologize. But like I legitimately just got fucking pissed off. I legitimately got pissed off, and you know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because, you know, people get to kind of lie with impunity. There's literally like apparently there's parts of this video. There's parts of this video where like he's got a friend that's going on, or he's got something in the chat going on. It's like, oh, he was talking about killing all the Jews just a month ago. It's just like, no, I fucking wasn't. I don't know. It's just it's shit like that really fucking pisses me off. If he wants to say, hey, he made like a bunch of Spurgy Discord accounts to fuck with me. You know what? 100%. I fucking did that. I 100% fucking did that. You're gonna lie about my fucking channel to try to get people to flag me? Like I don't know. Because I know that like, you know, he's fucking irrelevant. He's fucking irrelevant. But there's like that aspect that like, oh, I'm gonna try to go after you. I'm gonna try to poison your reputation among anybody that you're talking to. I'm gonna try to hang an albatross around my neck. It's like a petty little ass thing because you fucking are, you know, able to actually gain relevance on the internet and I'm not. And it's just that fucking like little ankle biting shit that pissed me off. I don't know.
So you're admitting that the Discord allegation?
Yeah, I've always been upfront with that. I've always said
well,
that.
What was the thing that you denied from the Vosh video?
There's half of them. There's half of them that aren't me, but there was ones that like I don't have separate accounts on like anything other than Discord though.
Okay, not the website stuff is all fake, I guess.
Yeah.
And what about Kiwi Farms?
Yeah, I only have one account there.
Just one account, okay.
Yeah.
Tom needs a girlfriend. Why can't I need a boyfriend? Zonia, don't you think that's a little homophobic of you to automatically say girlfriend instead of boyfriend? Yes, Jack. Do you know where the I'm trying to find, I want to review the Synth Destiny debate, and I don't know like which VOD it was in or if it's released somewhere. I want to know if you knew where it was or like if there's a timestamp or what day it was on so I can like find it in the VOD.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit of a spurg. I don't know what to tell you.
You're a little bit of
Tom, we all know we'd be dating if you'd accept a boyfriend. That's true. That's very true. The Synth Destiny debate, that was part of the Prime panel. Was it? Okay, let me look for it.
a spur, but you've never done anything like unethical up to the point last night.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, where you were threatening to do something.
Yeah. Possibly
right.
that, yeah.
Possibly?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think? Well, first of all,
not since I've been since I've been like doing like internet stuff like this, like the YouTube stuff. I definitely think I've like calmed down a little bit, but you know.
Let me just be clear. So when you threaten to like send like quote unquote a letter to his mom, like what does that mean? Like an email or like a physical letter?
An email. Just send something that like, hey, this is all the shit that your son's been saying about you on the internet. Take it that as you will.
How are you planning on doing like how are you planning on getting her information basically, right? Because that almost sounds like a dox threat.
No. I think like because he was already doxed before, I wouldn't post it or anything. I would just like, I don't know. I can understand how that comes off too.
Well, how are you going to send her the email?
I think it's already available, but I'm not entirely sure.
That doesn't sound good, dude.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm sorry, I'm just reading chat.
Well, no, like his
in the
docs
chat.
have already been out. His docs have been already out for a while. No. Again, I'm trying to say like this is not stuff that like I obtained. This is things that already existed.
Well, what do you mean by that? By saying it already exists, like
it existed like 2 years ago, I think.
So that would make what you're doing like less like unethical because it already exists.
I wouldn't be the one like attempting to dox the person, and I wouldn't be using.
So you
like,
would
dox,
use like a dox that's already available.
Yeah, but not like to publish it, if that makes sense.
That's not good, dude. That's really not good because you're literally this is the people that get accused of like doxing, right? I mean, Ralph used Zoom to dox Gator.
Right.
We all say that Ralph doxed Gator because he played that video. But technically,
Ralph
you want to get into the exact details of it, right? He played a video that doxed Gator. Now, nobody gives Ralph credit. Nobody's like, well, you know, Ralph didn't dox Gator because all he did was play a video that doxed Gator. Nobody actually says that. That's retarded. Ralph doxed Gator. Okay, everybody acknowledges this except for Ralph because he's obviously retarded and he's never going to come out and say that he did that, right? He denies doxing me. His literal excuse is like, I didn't dox Augie. I posted his phone number. That's as retarded as it gets, okay? So you're saying that you were contemplating using a publicly available dox of somebody's mother to send them dirt on about their son, about what their son said about them? That's not just like, I just have to stress this, right? Because like you're saying that you had this idea for like an hour, you were contemplating this idea and you mentioned it on stream and immediately your chat is negative towards it. So you start backing down a little bit. You're like, well, I'll only do a retaliation. Well, I might not do it at all. Well, I'll run a poll and just figure out if we're going to do it, right? and then you're arguing with your chat for like what 20, 30 minutes or something, and they're all, and then I come into the chat and I'm like, Flamenco, we need to have a talk, right? And then the whole chat's been like, oh, Augie, please go and talk sense to him. I come in there and I explain, I break it down for you why what you're doing is retarded, just like I'm doing right now, right? And you instantly are like, yeah, I can see how, I understand it or whatever. It's like, on one hand, I appreciate you for taking accountability. I appreciate you for acknowledging that this is insane, right? But it worries me that you even went to this in the first place, and I don't really know how to like respond to that, because it's just like,
Fair enough.
it's not just something that's like just randomly like I guess on one hand I can
guess,
just
like,
like whatever, you took accountability for it, GG, I
Yeah.
guess. But like on the other,
Okay. I'm gonna. You guys get the point.